It's taken me pretty much 3 years to really see that tree. And it made me wonder, what else have I been walking by my whole life? So I went looking for someone who knew how to look. Every photographer pretty much asks the same question. How do I take better pictures? Well, one artist spent almost 90 years answering a different one. How do I become a better observer? David Hockney passed away at 88 this past June. He spent his whole life trying to answer that second question. And by the end of this video, I hope we both understand why it matters way more than the first one ever did. To those revisiting, welcome back. Appreciate it. First time here, special welcome to you. So what do we do here? Well, we look at the line between the artists of the past and us as photographers today, and more often than not, we discover that line barely exists at all. Hockney said most people don't really look. They just scan. Just enough to walk without tripping. Just enough to get where they're going. To me, that line kind of stuck. Because it's true. I do it. We all do it. So this time, I stopped scanning. I started looking. And that's the main idea behind this video. And probably most of the rest of them come after this one. It just boils down to one idea. It's just find your way of looking, and your style's gonna follow. Here's what nobody tells you about looking longer. The thing you're looking at, it doesn't always become clearer to you. It has the opportunity to become more beautiful. Not because it changed, but because you did. Hockney put it simpler than I ever could. The very process of looking can make a thing beautiful. Sometimes I carry a macro lens with me. Not because I'm expecting a macro shot or anything, but sometimes I need macro attention. With a macro lens, you can't photograph a scene anymore. You start seeing that blade of grass, drop of water, just that edge of a petal. It strips away everything in front of you except what's right in front of you. And if you stop to look, it's always more than you thought. Every time it rains now, I think about something Hockney said. Probably always will. He said, I can get excitement watching rain on a puddle, and then I paint it. Now, I admit, there are not too many people who would find that exciting, but I would. And I want life thrilling and rich, and it is. I make sure it is. And right there, he wasn't describing rain. He was describing himself. The rain was always going to fall on that puddle. What changed was just whether somebody stopped long enough to realize how beautiful it was. The looking didn't reveal something that wasn't already there. The looking created it. Our eyes don't take one photograph of the world at a time. They wander, they pause, they return. Scientists call it saccade. Hockney just called it just looking. His joiners, those overlapping photo collages, they don't show you what a camera sees. They show you what a person remembers. Because that's exactly how we see. Not one frozen frame, but dozens of glances, stitched together by attention. He didn't just capture a scene. He brought time into it. Not only looking, but witnessing. So here's the shift I think I'm going to try on my end. Try it if you like. But I think a photographer shouldn't just collect pictures. We need to start collecting experiences, because the more experiences we collect, the clearer we see. Pretty much every photography channel out there is going to tell you, you need to find your style, or here's how to find your style. Well, I really don't think that's it. I think we need to find our way of looking first, and then style is going to follow that. It always follows. David Hockney spent pretty much 88 years proving it. He wasn't afraid of running out of time. The only thing I think he was afraid of was running out of attention. 88 years of real looking. That's a great body of work. Well, that's going to wrap up this week. I appreciate you watching. And next time you go out with your camera, try something like this. Don't look at more things. Look at one thing longer. See what happens. But as always, let's create something real.